Subscribe to the fl0m Clips and Highlights channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I don't know what the going on in NACS. NRG to bench, oSee and HexT pick up Carson Exotic. Now, before we go too far, I did see that a rumor of HexT going to a different team, but we'll wait and see. I'm just going to immediately start with that. They're set to bench HexT and oSee, and then they're bringing on Carson and Exotic. In a report from Dust 2, we'll just go through this, read this real quick. Lackluster from NRG. They didn't want a BO3. They finally got to the major, but then they just haven't really looked that great as soon as they play non-NA teams. NRG have opted to set aside HexT and oSee. Only 2 players remaining from the org on their re-entry in November 2023. And their place, Nitro. Oh, yeah. Okay. So they're just saying Nitro's leading the team still, and they're taking a risk on Carson Exotic. Former teammates of George. Correct. So that's maybe where it's coming in from, is maybe they felt like they needed a change. And I'm not saying George forced anybody out, but I imagine they were just like, well, what do we do? Carson is most well known for his stint on Nouns. He IGL in the entry. Let me see. More recently, Carson spent his time on Getting Info. Yeah, where that team was rumored to be TSM and then didn't end up happening. Exotic is set to take over as the Opper. Yeah, his history is weird. He played on CLG Academy, played on Splice, and then he basically, I'll just say it how it is. He didn't go to LAN. If I'm not, I don't remember, my memory's foggy. This is a long time ago, but I think he just straight up like dodged it too, in the sense that like he was supposed to go and just didn't go. And then I think that was kind of where like he no longer was on the team, and then like he's kind of like, he's been playing the entire time, but like wasn't on teams really all that much. Despite his lifetime played, he's displayed some solid form with Getting Info, averaging 1.34 across 14 maps. Yeah, he has no LAN experience. He is good. Like, I mean, I've played against him. Exotic is good. The problem is like he's never gone to LAN. And previously, like I said, my memory could be foggy, but pretty sure he dodged it entirely. I think like if HexT is either moving teams or if they were benching HexT, I'm not sure the order of operations here. I'd be a little surprised if they were willing to bench HexT, but if that's the case, the reason why I guess they went for Carson is they needed somebody that was going to open up the map, and they wanted somebody to do that with Nitro, is kind of how they're building this team. That's kind of what I'm assuming. No, Exotic is a land dodger. This is the person that, if I remember, like I'm not, it's because I don't like throwing that around lightly, and I can't remember how it all went down. So it's not that I'm trying to sugarcoat it. It's that like, I'm just also not trying to dunk on someone when this was so long ago that like look, we're talking 2017, 2018. It's literally hard for me to remember exactly what happened. He dodged LAN, but like I don't remember all the information around it, and he's never really played LAN. I don't think he's played any of them. Maybe he has, but anyway. So the oSee thing. So the Exotic part is a huge gamble, but I'm just gonna tell it how it is. oSee's not been great for NRG. He hasn't been bad. He's just not the Terminator that he used to be, especially in North America, which is like honestly the most disappointing part. Like, it's not that he's not bad. He's not really enough either. Like that's pretty much where it's at, is like. And then, as I always tell you guys, NA is in a terrible spot for operators. We just don't have any. And so NRG is probably looking at this like, well, he's dodged LAN before. Hopefully he doesn't do it again, but he's been really good. Everything says that he's pretty fucking good at the game. And I would say that when I've watched Exotic play, he's pretty good at the game. But that's kind of where they're at, is like, I just think it's like desperate times call for desperate measures type shit. So they're taking a huge gamble on someone that is friends with a couple of guys on the team already, that is playing really well with the op. And they're probably just hoping that doesn't occur again. It's a fair assumption to make that he probably wouldn't do it again, but who the fuck knows? And so that's why NRG did it. Like, that's why I'm telling you right now, that's why they did it. They said, well, oSee, we need more out of him, and we're not getting it. And everybody else in the region pretty much sucks with an op. So why not this kid that's actually been frying, but he dodged LAN one time, like, I don't know, 6 years ago? However many years ago? 8 years ago? And then Carson for HexT. I'd be curious to see if HexT is moving teams. That's my initial reaction, is I feel like HexT has to be moving teams. I think I'd be really surprised by that move. I do think that HexT versus non-NA competition was a liability, but also he like the thing with oSee I was saying, but HexT did shit on everyone in NA. Like, he did. So that's why I'd be a little surprised if they were moving away from him, and more so maybe there's like he's moving teams. I think that would be my my guess. And then if that's the case, this kind of, this seems like nepotism type of thing, but also this type of stuff also matters, and it does happen, right? Like George has played with both of them, so I imagine when they're like, hey, we need this type of player and we need this player, who's around? That's what's going to happen, right? So yeah, I mean, this was the rumor that I saw earlier. I don't know how real this is, but there you go. So that I think is what's going on with the Hex move. Is I think they needed an aggressive space taker, and Carson does fulfill that role. I don't really know who's available right now that isn't under contract that really fits that role from a lot of other teams that aren't signed right now. I'm trying to think. Let me just look real quick. Where's the getting info one? That'll take me over that quickly. One sec. Let's see. Yeah, you kind of no. I mean, I'm trying to just see like aggressive entries would be. Yeah, it's kind of few and far between. Is basically what I would say. You don't really have a lot of options. So I'm honestly really surprised to see Carson's name in this, if I'm being completely honest. But also I don't really know if the rumor ends up being true where Hex is moving to M80. I'm not really sure what options NRG had. So they're taking a huge gamble on the op, and that's because of, once again, I mean, it feels like both moves just lack, like, needing change, but also lack of options. That's what it feels like. And that doesn't necessarily mean that these roster moves are horrible, but it does kind of feel like they're just forced because of that. Nitro George, I mean, if Exotic goes to LAN and plays the way he does online, this roster will be interesting. But that's a whole lot of things. First step is we got to get him on LAN. And I'm not trying to even flame the kid. I'm just saying it how it is. Like, he has literally no experience. So you have to, there's not, like, it's pretty obvious what I'm saying. This has got to be the most shocking news so far, I feel like, for the North American shuffle, that is. Like, the wild card move was, well, I don't know. What's more shocking? Stanislaw getting the boot, or oSee and Hex both getting dropped for Carson? Because it's more shocking that Stanislaw got the boot, but it's more shocking about who NRG picked up, right? No? Like, that's where, like, it's hard. I'm like, ooh. I mean, I think the wild card one, actually, the more I think about it. Now, wild card's still fucking fried. Yeah. No, the wild card, no. I said this, that I'm just, like, thinking about it. I was like, never mind. I remember what they're doing now. They don't even have a fucking IGL. Like, I don't know what they're doing.